Hello everyone, welcome to episode 3 of the DAGG Podcast. This is the Halloween special. Today, I am joined with a very special guest, Roxx. Roxx, please introduce yourself.
I'm Roxx. I'm not that good at improv talking, but I'm excited today.
He is a fellow Enten member and a good friend of mine, and today we're going to be covering a lot of Luigi's Mansion topics. This is going to be the Luigi's Mansion special. And for my knowledge, Roxx Noah is the biggest fan of Luigi's Mansion I know.
I grew up with it. I have a lot of ideas for Luigi's Mansion. I have a lot of passion. I have a lot of memories.
Luigi's Mansion is...
I love it.
How did you start playing Luigi's Mansion? Like, what's your story? Like, I know it a little bit, but I want the audience to know how you started playing Luigi's Mansion.
I talked about it once because it was like my birthday, like 15 something. It was like whenever the game came out, not too long after that. It was my birthday one year, and I woke up, and my full frame of vision was the game, like the GameCube cartridge, or the whole game case, and my mom was just holding it right in front of my face, and I was like a Luigi fan. I was the Luigi kid because my older brother would always play Mario. So I had to be Luigi. So I grew attached to this character. And once my mom showed me this game that honestly I barely knew anything about, but the fact that she knew I loved Luigi, she thought this game would be good for me. And it turned out to be like one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. And I've probably played the first Luigi's Mansion more than like any other game. And then, after that, it kept rolling from there. And I was like, how old is Luigi's Mansion? Like 20 years old now? 25, I think.
It released when the GameCube first released. And if my memory is correct, that we released in 2004? In 04?
That sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah, so it
was the...
Or maybe 02.
Launch title?
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion was one of the launch titles. Yes, correct.
Which is crazy, because we would never get that now.
Yeah, fun fact, I didn't play Luigi's Mansion 1. That was actually the last game of the trilogy that I ever played. When I first started... the first game that I got of the Luigi's Mansion series was Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon for the 3DS. Back in the day, I absolutely loved that game, and that ignited my passion for that game. Now I have some mixed opinions of the game that I want to cover in a bit.
That's a whole conversation right there.
Yeah, we're going to...
That went through its own era.
Yeah, and then I played Luigi's Mansion 3, which is one of my favorite games on the Nintendo Switch. And it wasn't until I beat Luigi's Mansion 3 that I went to Facebook Marketplace and found a guy selling the original Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube for only $5. And that's when I got the opportunity to buy it. So I got it for $5, still with the manual, still in... The game runs completely fine. The manual is a little rough, but everything else works perfectly fine.
It was complete, though? For $5? You just saved like $80.
No, yeah, because the guy was selling a bundle for $40 for a total of 8 GameCube games. So I pretty much considered it. I got Luigi's Mansion plus 7 bonus games, like Carmen Sandiego, RTS, Real Time Strategy Army, the Avatar, the Last Airbender game. Like it was extremely cheap. All of that.
That's a great deal.
So I'm very happy on that deal. I don't think I'll ever come up with a deal like that ever again.
I think I haven't found a deal like that, yeah, ever since. And since mine was a birthday present, I
Mm-hmm.
remember playing my original one so much to where like it broke because it was run to the ground
Mm-hmm.
dry. And since then I can never get like another for a couple years I can't get another physical copy under like I think they're on average like $40 to $60.
It's an expensive game. It's a
Yeah.
very
No
expensive game.
manual, just
Just a
just
disc
case and
sometimes.
disc. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's
It's
hard.
bad.
It's bad. And even worse, I've been trying to get the 3DS game, the remake of the first game as well. And that
Hmm.
was also running for 40, 50, sometimes $60. Like that's
Yeah.
a very hard game to track down at a good price.
Yeah, that one didn't sell obviously as much as like maybe some of the other ones.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, that
I
was
mean,
the last game. Hmm.
cause Dark Moon, you can find that anywhere
Yeah, it's.
for the 3DS. You
Hmm.
can find it, and it's still like a decent price. But
Hmm.
yeah,
How
the remake is tough to find.
how would you rank the three Luigi's Mansion games? Okay,
Well,
let's
I
get
was
into.
actually gonna ask you this because I think we're the only two people that has actually played the arcade one, right?
Yeah, I played the arcade one.
Yeah, yeah.
Finished the arcade
And
one.
I live right next to. I've played it a couple times. I've actually never fully beaten it, but I played
Really?
the arcade a couple times. Um, and we have to rank that one as well. I feel like that counts
Yes.
because
Yes.
it's
100%.
it's almost like its own version of Dark Moon.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
So okay, are we count? Let's count the remakes as one as well because I haven't played, for example, the 3DS one. So, for example, we're
Okay,
going.
yeah,
Let's count. Let's take the four games: Luigi's Mansion One, Luigi's Mansion Two, counting either the 3DS or the HD remake, the arcade
okay,
one, and Luigi's Mansion Three. So, on last place, I think both you and I agree
yeah.
that has to be Luigi's Mansion Two.
Two,
Two.
Dark Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
But that's not to say that's not a great game.
okay. Yeah.
Like,
Agree.
yeah,
Agree.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a bad game. I mean, that's the game
yeah,
in which I fell in love with the Luigi's Mansion series. But after playing the entire series, this one stands out, especially when I played the remake on the Nintendo Switch, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
yeah.
I
How
could
was that? Because
notice.
I never
Oh,
got to try the remake for it's a HD remake.
yeah, it's an HD remake. Yeah. So
Was
it's a one-to-one recreation. Yeah, nothing really changes, only HD graphics.
hmm,
But after playing that remake, I noticed that this game, compared to the other Luigi's Mansion games, is slower, and it
yeah,
has I think that's my main complaint with that game. It is slower, and you're constantly being interrupted by EGAD.
yes,
Hmm.
yes, and I remember playing it for the first time a lot later than I should have. So in the prime of 3DS, I didn't get to pick it up, but only a couple years ago I got to pick it up and play it. Um, and everything aesthetically is very pleasing for the 3DS. Like it's actually a good looking game and like the colors are really nice and
Hmm.
I was like, "Oh wow, maybe this isn't as bad as I thought going into it." And after a couple hours being the after like the 100th EGAD call and the constant like back and forth for the mansion and not like actually sitting down and exploring like the multiple mansions, it felt like I was like a kid being like his hand was being held and
Hmm.
kind of like moving around without like me actually wanting to move around. And I think that, yeah, what you were saying is like the only reason it might be the lowest, because it's still a pretty game. The sound effects are beautiful. All
It's still
Luigi Mansion
charming.
sound effects, it's still charming. The colors are really good, albeit the ghosts aren't that unique.
Yeah.
Egad, his writing actually in number two is some of my favorite. I think he's the funniest in this one, but it sucks that he calls you every like not even 5 minutes. I think he calls you
Every
in
two
each like
minutes.
section. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually every couple of minutes.
Almost every 1 or 2 rooms you're getting his call, which
Yeah, yeah.
is a bop. But even he's holding your hand even in the last mansion, which actually really sucks and really kills the mood. And
Yeah, and that doesn't make sense because you're done with the tutorial like halfway through the game, but he keeps talking to you like it's like a forever
yeah, it's a
tutorial.
forever loop, and it's kind of annoying. I think even before the last battle, he's like calling you, telling, "Hey, I think you're about to face the final boss." Yeah, no shit.
It's like, oh wow,
Yeah,
wow,
no
really?
shit. The sky is falling down. There's a huge portal in front of me. All the ghosts
And
are coming out, and you're telling me that I'm about to face the final boss. Yeah, no shit.
yeah, he acts like we can't see the whole map. That all of this is completed. There's multiple things, and he calls and tells you things like it's the first time you've ever heard it. And if it was any other character other than Egad, it would be even worse.
Yeah. And also another thing that I really do not like about Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, it is mission based. So you cannot
Yeah.
actually freely explore like what made the first game charming and the second game and the third game even more charming in my opinion. So really having this mission style game, I think it doesn't work for Luigi's Mansion. I mean, it worked for, let's say, the 3DS, but when you
Yeah.
port that to the Nintendo Switch, that was just very annoying for me when I was trying to play the game.
Yeah, it didn't help the after Egad calling you, the mission would end. So it's like about every not even 15 minutes, 10 less than 15 minutes of mission, like having just like the constant calls, the ghosts that like aren't as fun as the other games. It just felt, I don't know, it just felt a little sad. Like I was playing it, but it wasn't like the same smile I had on my face playing the other ones, and it was good enough to get by.
Yeah, I think that's the best way we can describe it. It's the worst one in the series, but it's not a bad game. But it definitely sticks out compared to the other games. And I'm talking
Yeah.
about 1 and 2. I mean, 1 and 3 specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But right above that,
I would put the arcade game.
okay, yeah, I agree. With
Okay.
you. The arcade's fun because
Go ahead. Yeah.
well, I was gonna ask you,
Yeah.
is every Luigi's Mansion besides the first one technically multiplayer? Right?
I think
Even the remake for the first one?
the remake for the first one, I am not entirely sure. I haven't played it. I don't think so. I think it has these skyscrapers, and that is multiplayer. But other than that, I don't think so. I know Luigi's Mansion 3 and the arcade one
Yeah.
are multiplayer. I know those two are multiplayer. But I don't think Dark Moon is.
I th- I
Or
th-
the
I
first
think
one
Dark Moon
remake.
had a
It had a
it was a
skyscraper.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I think
yeah.
that was online.
Yeah, you can. I think you could play it online. I never played it online, but I did play it with friends. I do remember that.
Yeah, okay. And actually I think the Luigi Mansion 1 3DS, is it a remake or a port now that I'm actually thinking about it?
To be completely honest, to this day, I still don't know the difference.
I think it might
I
has
think
to
it's
be
a remake because they added Luigi mechanics,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think
So it
it's
has
a
to be.
remake. Yeah, I think it's a remake.
And yeah. And so if, but I guess a lot of them are multiplayer aspects, but
Hmm.
the arcade machine was the most fun multiplayer version of that.
Definitely, by far.
By
Um,
far, yeah.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, I recently made a video this year talking about the
Hmm.
Luigi's Mansion arcade. So it is pretty much an on-rail shooter in which you travel through three of the Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon mansions. So you're traveling through Gloomy Manor, Old Clockworks, and Treacherous Mansion, and you have three different bosses, completely random bosses. Like sometimes, I think you face the three sisters, which are a mini boss in Gloomy Manor, as the final boss in the Gloomy Manor section. So
Hmm.
it is a mix and match of. It's like a retelling of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon,
Yeah.
but my god, is it fun! I played it single player when I was in Spain, and that's where I found the game. And
Mm.
I wasted like 30 euros because the game is hard. The game is hard, and it was like an euro 50 per play, which is
Whoa.
expensive.
Okay.
Yeah, it was expensive. But the game is hard, and I remember trying this game two times. I attempted to record this two times, but the last time I ran out of money in the last level, so I had to do everything again. So add 20 euros to that playthrough, so 50 euros just to play
That's
the arcade.
you could have just that's a whole nother you could have just bought a whole nother game.
Pretty much, pretty
I
much, it was an expensive experience.
so when I first played it, it was one of those arcades that you pay to enter and then all the cabinets are like free.
So you have like a time limit, right? Kind of.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like I pay 25 US and then there's like 300 different games you can play in the whole building or whatever.
Yeah.
Which in result it ended up me not actually beating the arcade for Luigi's Mansion because either like someone didn't want when you go with a bunch of friends to the arcade, you normally don't end up finishing the
The
game
story
or
games.
the
Yeah.
high score, or normally it's like you play a little bit and then you move on to the next to try to get as much as possible. So that's what I always did. So I've never actually sat down to actually play the whole thing. Only about like I think I got like halfway maybe, and then it was like, okay, let's try another game.
Yeah.
But the fact that I'm glad you beat it
Yeah.
because I actually don't know anyone who beat it.
No,
I
yeah.
don't think that's a normal like game to beat.
It the last boss. Let me just say, your violin King Boo. He is made to suck your money away. Like I remember reviving myself. 10 seconds passed by. Oop! I died again. So I have to pay again just to revive myself. No, it was a hard boss fight, but man, was it fun! I really, if anyone wants to know more about this arcade game, be sure to check out my video here in my channel, or if you're on Spotify, go to my YouTube channel and you can watch it there. It's a very fun game, a very different way to experience Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
Yeah.
But something that I really like, and I think you will remember this, in order to play, usually in these on-rail shooters, you have like guns that you can shoot at, like for example,
Yeah.
Hero Duty in Wreck-It Ralph, that the players have different guns. In this game, you are using the poltergeist. So you're
Yeah.
sucking up ghosts, and whenever you are capturing a ghost, you can actually feel the recoil as you are capturing them, and you can hear a little sound effect as it's going through the vacuum itself. It's a very, very fun experience, the arcade game.
It's the actual cabinet itself is one of the most beautiful out of like all the others that you normally see, because normally it's like this weird chair with a giant screen, the normal games. But this one is like, it's a little longer. Yeah, they have the poltergeist like in this physical form. It's really nice. They're really nice and solid. The actual cabinet's like, it stands out when you walk by it in the arcade. Like, you know exactly what it is too. It's the only thing that's like bright green, and it has all the different colors and stuff. So yeah, it's just that it made it better than Dark Moon.
Yeah.
It's the game it was based off of, which is crazy. I don't know how we got to this point, and they never did. They never made another one though. Like,
No,
they could have.
I think the only other official Nintendo arcade games are the Mario Kart DX racing games.
With Bandai and
And I know there's a Mario and Sonic 2016 Rio Olympic arcade machines.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was. Oh my god! When I was in Spain, I was planning on all. There was that cabinet, and I was planning on doing a video on that, but I got scared because I would have to bring my own tripod and record the entire thing in a very busy arcade. So I thought to myself, I'll have to do it another time when I have, I don't know, 2 or 3 more persons with me to help me record.
Yeah, to actually not get in the way of anyone.
Exactly, and it was in a very busy part of the arcade, so I couldn't record that, which I regret. I should have just grow braver, I don't know, and record the whole thing. But
hey, that happens. But I didn't even know that existed. That the Mario and Sonic. I need to see that.
Yeah, I'll put a picture on screen right now, but it is actually pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy, and I really, really enjoy it. But anyways, we're done with Luigi's Mansion Arcade. Now, here's the real question. I think I know your answer. But which one is better? Luigi's Mansion 1 or Luigi's Mansion 3? I'll let you go first.
Oh, me? Okay.
So let's see which one is better. So that way we are deciding number 1, and then we know which one's number 2. Well, and we can have a debate if we disagree.
We'll probably have the different answers, but I'm an old man. There's only one choice for me. It's entirely. I'm not going to act like it's not nostalgia coded or charm coded, but I think it's 3 and then 1 in the top. If we're not counting the remake for
we're not counting
1 and then,
the remakes. Yeah,
but I can see myself in a world where they are the same exact level and score in everyone's mind. Ideally, that would be the case.
Yeah.
But if there was one Luigi's Mansion game I had to like show to anyone, and I could talk about the most, it would be 1. So I would put that as my number 1. I'd put that as top.
Number 1 is number 1.
Number 1 is number 1.
Okay.
I think also I think a big part is just the era of uncertainty the GameCube was. I think that adds a lot of like aspects to why I think I love the first one, and I think the first one should not have worked. I think it should have failed, and it, despite all odds, became an entire series.
It's a cult classic now.
Yeah.
I know people asking Nintendo to create a Luigi's Mansion attraction in Universal Studios alongside the Nintendo World. So imagine a Luigi's Mansion real attraction in which you can go to, especially you, since you live close to the parks. So
yeah, there is Halloween crazy. Horror Nights like 40 minutes away from me.
That's insane.
They have a Five Nights at Freddy's, so they could do Luigi's Mansion. They could do it.
They could easily do it because they have all this scary, like real scary stuff. They are actually insanely scary. I've seen clips.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel that kids feel left out. And sometimes the parents do not want to go to Disney. So maybe incorporate a haunted house just for the kids, maybe it wouldn't be such a bad idea.
Yeah, they. I would love that because I think Five Nights at Freddy's for Universal was them slowly bridging the gap to maybe like some younger people can come in. Because I don't know, like I don't know how much you've seen of any of like what they built at the attraction, but they built like the pizzeria.
Yeah, I'm very in depth with theme parks. I love going to theme parks. I'm going to Japan next summer, and one of my main attractions there, and one of the main things I want to do is go to Universal Studios Japan. So yeah, I love theme parks. I know I investigate a lot, and I've seen all the clips about the pizzeria. It looks incredible, and having that level of detail to a Luigi's Mansion in real life, something similar. I think it was E3 when Luigi's Mansion 3 was about to come out, and they did something very similar. So I think that would be really cool, like a really cool thing they could do.
Yeah,
or maybe even have you gone to Buzz Lightyear, the Buzz Lightyear ride at Disney?
Yeah.
Like imagine you have Poltergeist and you are spinning around, capturing animatronic ghost or LED ghost or something like the Spider-Man ride at Disney where you are shooting webs. This time you're using the Poltergeist to catch digital ghosts. Something like that, or Toy Story Mania. Like that would be like a permanent attraction.
That would be. Yeah, those are some of my favorite like rides. There was also like a Men in Black one in Universal. That was also one of my favorites. If they did Luigi's Mansion, to see in person the architecture of the game would be crazy because everything is so whimsical. It's like, and you know they could do it because they have Alice in Wonderland stuff, and Luigi's Mansion is very like theatrical, like Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
Yeah, the very like everything is either super curved and or like very sharp, like it's very exaggerated in its shapes. So to see that in person, that would be actually more of a dream for me than any regular like Mario Kart, like the Nintendo Land, all the Nintendo stuff is awesome. Above that would actually be Luigi's Mansion stuff.
Yeah, and I think if I'm being completely honest, because what else can they add to the park? They could add maybe a Zelda area, probably.
Yeah.
But I see it way more likely to get a Luigi's Mansion area than a Zelda area, seeing how everything is connected to Mario. Like we have the Mario section and the Donkey Kong section, so I don't see why a Luigi's Mansion section wouldn't be possible. Especially since they hinted at it in the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and maybe we can see a little bit more on the on the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Maybe we can see a little bit of that. Or maybe we could have a Luigi's Mansion movie as well. Who knows?
That would be perfect. We just entirely skipped Super Mario Sunshine, and we go to Galaxy and Luigi's Mansion
at the same time. That would be crazy. Or maybe even a short. You know how they are doing shorts right now, like the Pikmin one. They just released a few days ago. So maybe they can do a special short. Maybe they're already working on it. Maybe they release it one of these days. Who knows?
Maybe on Halloween Day they drop something. That's a cool surprise.
That would be a very cool surprise. But going back to the ranking, you know what?
Hurt my feelings.
Number one is number one. You say that the third one is the second best. Yeah. At first, I disagreed with you.
Okay.
I consider the first one to be second place, and I just thought the third one did everything the first one did, but better.
Which is very valid.
And they're both fantastic games. If one is 100, the other one is 99.5. Like they are almost neck to neck. They are both fantastic games. Can you hear me? I think that we're having that. Yeah, okay. I thought I had a connection error. Anyways, but here's something that I want to tell you. I think I told you before, but there's a video on your channel, the Luigi's Mansion retrospective video. I watch that video like 3 to 4 times a year.
Damn.
Every time I feel nostalgic for Luigi's Mansion, I go back to your video. Even today, preparing for this podcast episode, I watched it again. It was one of my favorite videos on all of YouTube, and that video made me change my mind. Now, Luigi's Mansion 1 is number 1, and Luigi's Mansion 3 is in second place.
Let's go!
And it is all thanks to you.
We got him.
You bring some very cute and also some very important stuff about Luigi's Mansion 1, especially talking about the atmosphere, the ghosts, how the ghosts have all little personalities that you can figure out as you play the game. IGAD is not constantly interrupting you in this one, and even though Luigi's Mansion 3 has some great attention to detail, like it is insane everything that game accomplishes.
Yeah.
Just the pure atmosphere. I think Luigi's Mansion 1 is the scariest one of the 4 games, even though the Luigi's Mansion series is not known for it being scary. But it is the creepiest ones. I remember having a few jump scares here and there with that game. And
no, that's like, honestly, that's a perfect point as well. I 3 is the one I talk about the least because maybe it was just a time period, but the best things about 3 is that it's one of the most beautiful Switch games.
Yes, by
just
far.
Period.
The graphics are beautiful. I think I would even say it is neck to neck to Metro Prime Remastered on how beautiful and taking the graphics to the max on the Nintendo Switch. And I think they're both made...
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're not made by the same studio. Sorry. But those are the 2 most visually stunning games, in my opinion, on the Nintendo Switch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was, Next Level Games?
And Retro Studio made Metroid, yeah.
So, 3 is... And it's exactly what you said. It's everything 1 does, but, like, it amplifies it to a modern degree that, like, literally any fan could play. So, like, any kid nowadays, fans of the series could play, and it's all, like, a really, really good time.
And we have different boss fights as well, because in 2 we had the same horned guy, the same horned ghost, and in 3 we go back to having different boss fights with different ghosts with personalities.
Yeah, and I really struggle with like memory stuff. So a lot of games I play, I forget like key details. I don't know why. So I'll talk about games with friends, and I played the whole game, and then I'll be like, they'll say something, and then I was like, I totally forgot that happened. That you're right. Like it's like only sparking now, but in 3, the biggest thing that like stays in my mind, and I really couldn't forget it, is the fact that we changed from a mansion to a hotel. And conceptually, it's such a good decision, because I think back to back mansions would have dried out a little bit.
Yeah.
Which could bring us into, if you want to hear them later, I have ideas of other places.
Oh, that's going to be the big topic of this podcast. After this ranking, we're going to Luigi's Mansion 4 theories. Yes.
4 theory, yeah. But overall, 3 is like, it encapsulates the series, and then it shows it on the Switch really well. The only difference I have, it's not a problem, the only difference I have is that at the top of my list, it's exactly what you said. Luigi's Mansion 1 is actually like creepy.
Yes.
And it's what I mentioned to you about like it shows its time in a really interesting way. And it couldn't do that much, but it showed it showed a lot of capabilities that GameCube could try to do.
Yes.
That we didn't even fully see again in some later games. Like, this is where lighting became like a real thing for Nintendo in Luigi's Mansion. How lighting is portrayed, how the darkness should make the character walk and feel, and even a detail I talked about like in my video, depending on like the darkness, the light, and the health Luigi has, he like feels and acts differently, and he talks differently, and he makes different noises and different volumes, and like he sounds confident when he's full health in the light, but in the dark with half health, his voice trembles and he's scared. And they're so odd because you think about like how they add that in back then. It's like I would have never thought about that in the year like 2002 or 3 or 4, like while making that game. It's such a weird thing that other games weren't exactly doing, which is some of the things why it's like every time I think of game design, I just think, specifically with like the Luigi's Mansion series, that one comes up on top because of those things, which is why it'll stay at 1 for me, I think. Unless 4 is crazy.
Speaking about 4, now that you bring it up, of course, Luigi's Mansion 1 is absolutely beautiful, and that's why it is king. It is... the atmosphere alone makes it stand out as the best game in the series, in my opinion. Yeah. Well, anyways.
I agree.
Luigi's Mansion 4 predictions. I have a few. You have a few. Let's go one by one. My first theory for Luigi's Mansion 4 is that we had a mansion in the first game. Then we have several mansions. Then we move to a hotel. And my theory for Luigi's Mansion 4 is an amusement park. An abandoned amusement park. How cool would that be? And we can have a throwback to a mansion in a haunted mansion inside the amusement park.
That's crazy because I actually never thought about that.
Really?
That's never... Whoa, I really need to think about that.
Like, imagine walking around different attractions, like a crazy bouncy house, or I don't know, a haunted roller coaster, and you have to battle in the queues of the especially themed queues, and maybe they have a Super Nintendo World area in honor of the Universal area, and little references to maybe go to a Zelda zone inside the amusement park. Having this crazy... Yeah.
That might actually beat number 1. If that somehow came to be, especially, you say roller coaster. I don't know if you remember, like, in Super Mario Sunshine, the big roller coaster boss battle. If we had anything like that as a Luigi's Mansion thing, that would be top 10. That would be nuts. And the amusement park, that's a great idea. That's probably the only idea that could top the color of the hotel. Because imagine all the bright lights. Of course, like it's at night.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the neon-esque, like, just constant flurry of different colors. Just everything is so bright.
And we can have, like, different zones. Like, for example, maybe there's a water area, so we have water slides, water, I don't know, activities, maybe going back to, I think it was level 17 or 16 in Luigi's Mansion 3, in which we go inside a pirate ship, stuff like that. Like, I think would be really fun having a full roller coaster section, maybe the arcade section, stuff like, I don't know, go all out on the amusement park section. Maybe we have a food court, and maybe we have a mirror maze. So we are going inside a maze and we're seeing ourselves, and maybe we lose track on where we are, seeing all the mirrors. I don't know.
Ooh,
I
that
think.
would be cool. And then there could be like the boss ghost in the mirror section, like playing as us in the mirrors.
Hmm.
That would be, that's some genius ideas right there. They might need to get you on the team. I've never thought about that. I don't know. That seems like it's the perfect number 4. Do you think they would? First of all, do you think they would call it Luigi's Mansion 4, or would they go? Because it was Luigi's Mansion 1, Luigi's Mansion 2, Dark Moon, then Luigi's Mansion 3.
I think if they go with the, I don't know, the amusement park, maybe they call it Luigi's Mansion 4 and then a subtitle like the scare park or something like that. I don't know. They'll have to think of something,
I would love
a
that.
fun pun for that. But yeah, I do see it possible being
I see
Luigi's
that.
Mansion 4 and then a subtitle like Dark Moon.
I
More or
can
less.
see like like almost like the carnival-esque grounds outside being like you have to make it a safe area, and then going into certain tents, or yeah, like what you said, like the attractions could be like its own segmented worlds that you can explore, as long as it is like exploration based,
Yes.
semi like exploration puzzle based, instead
Yeah.
of, as long as there's no like mission
Yeah, no
type
missions.
idea. And because that's the best of Luigi's Mansion is like you can see an area and you can fully explore it and fully like touch it and fully utilize it. And then a part of what I love in Luigi's Mansion is like the backtracking. So you going back to a room and being like,
Yes.
oh wait, maybe I can do this in here after I unlock this, or now that I'm thinking about this puzzle. So as long as they would have something like that with these fully completable worlds, I could see an amusement park being like,
Yeah, and maybe as you are defeating bosses, more sections of the amusement park are being. You know how the amusement parks have different lands. So, for example, Disney has
yeah,
Frontierland, Adventureland, Tomorrowland, Fantasyland, and you can be unlocking these areas with several attractions in these areas, and you can pick whichever you want at any time. I think that
ooh, I like
that's
that.
how they
Yeah.
how that's how it could work. But anyways, I want to hear your theory, the one that you had in mind.
Well, now my ideas suck compared
No.
to amusement park. The goat, that's like the goat idea of this series. My idea was, okay, I'm glad we had two vastly different ideas, because this makes this way more interesting. Because for a while now, I was thinking of a concept of, how do I explain, like, if Luigi's Mansion went on like a world tour,
Okay.
and if I always thought of, so you know how there's always a safe hub, you go back to Egad's like lab.
Yeah.
I always imagined that on wheels, and if we had it on wheels but as like, let's say like an RV or a tour bus,
Okay.
and there was some way, maybe it's in Italy, maybe we get to see something, maybe we get to see Japan, like if it's some area that's accessible by driving like long periods of time. I thought it would be interesting to have Luigi go in like this non-stop transportation route throughout the game. So, for example, if our main thing is like a tour bus, maybe we go to like whatever they want, iconic locations, and we kind of do the Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon route where it's like multiple mansions, but instead of being like this forced mission thing, it's like, no, this time we're going to a mansion, and then the next level we're driving to a castle, and the next level we're driving to like this.
And you can like
And
freely explore each. I don't know. You arrive to one mansion and you have like the whole Luigi's Mansion 1 experience in which you're exploring the
yeah,
whole
and then
entire
it's like
mansion.
a whole,
Yeah.
it's its whole own like world game type of thing, get lost in, and then if hey you want to go to the castle that's in another country or something, yeah, go on the bus and you guys like fly there or something like that.
Whoa.
And then I thought it would be it would be an extra step further if there was like I just can't think of a reason why Luigi would do that. But if there's a reason why Luigi would like move across the world like that, I could see it being epic levels in like, let's say like a train or an airplane or something that's like everyone uses these transportation kind of things. Like this is like something that's really accessible like that, and then just making it into like this haunted thing. Like take ideas that we don't think are haunted and make them haunted.
Yes.
Because a mansion makes sense. Haunted mansion. And a hotel, like a haunted hotel, like very
Tower of Terror, like in Disney.
Yeah. Very Stephen King like.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing we're missing is adding the ghosts to different ideas. Like, what if the ghosts just happen to band together and then they spread out throughout like
the world.
America? Yeah, the world, America, Japan, like Asia, wherever we're going.
A haunted Japanese castle, a haunted cruise ship, maybe.
Yeah, a cruise ship.
Ooh, a cruise ship.
Imagine these like everywhere. He's trying to get to a location, and then every like which way of trying to go there is like this new haunted thing that's following him.
Ooh.
So it could be this the ghosts don't stay in the mansion, they kind of leave with him type of vibe, and then he just has to fight them throughout. And I think the amusement park idea is way more is just that's just the goat. But I think I thought of including the world because, like, how do you get weird? I like reasons for, like, the weird bosses, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, this themed, like you were saying in number 3, the pirate ship with, like, the shark stuff. Like, the themed, like,
bosses,
ideas and then the themed bosses with the levels is what makes it, like, super memorable.
Yeah, actually, that really ties to my second theory. It's really similar. But instead of going through the whole world, I imagined it being just condensed in one city. Like just, per se, maybe New Donk City, the one we see in Super Mario Odyssey and Donkey Kong Bonanza. Maybe having haunted areas in the city. So we have, a mansion. Maybe we then go to a museum, even though they kind of did that already with Luigi's Mansion 3. But maybe you can include the amusement park inside that city. And, I don't know, a police station. I don't know. They could do a bunch of stuff, but you are kind of like in Pokemon Legends CA, walking freely around the city, but instead of catching Pokemon, you're catching ghosts in a way. Especially special themed areas. Like you're going through this, street in which there are different markets and different restaurants in every part. So you're battling a bunch of different chef chef ghosts. I don't know. I think that would be a very interesting idea as well.
Yeah, that I love not only that, but I think they need more Italian stuff too. Like make Luigi more Italian and make it that would be so funny. Just like make him fight an Italian chef that is like flipping pasta. Like they can do whatever they want with this character because that's what they've always done in the past. But I would like if they took inspiration from the other places. And I mean, of course they won't, but if they just did Haunted New Donk City, they would just sell 10 million copies just like that. If they just want a good game, they could easily do that.
Or they could also do a haunted pizzeria, but that's a crazy idea. No one can come up with that. Crazy. No one would go to a haunted pizzeria. Like that's just
no one. And that would be even funnier if the ghosts went to animatronic suits.
That would be crazy. That's just such a dumb idea. Like, who would
That is
actually
a dumb
think
idea.
of that?
An animatronic Bowser, no. They don't want that.
Oh my god. Do you have any more theories about Luigi's Mansion 4?
Um, I I was trying to be analytical and see that there's no way it can come out this year.
No.
But I think next year is viable because I think 3 came out 6, 7 years ago,
Yeah, it was
5 years ago,
very early
right?
on the Nintendo Switch lifespan. It was very early on. I didn't have even. I think I had less than 1,000 subscribers at that time. I remember doing
That
the
had,
streams.
but it was that had to be 20. No, that might be
19.
2019. Yeah,
Yeah, 2019. Yeah, I think it was 2019. So it's.
and before that, it was another 5 years around.
Hmm. No,
And
yeah, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon came out in what, 2012, more or less.
yeah.
Or
So
yeah.
if we're giving like an estimate of time, it's coming to the next 2 years that there will be a Luigi's Mansion. And then I was also thinking, since we did have like Pokemon, like Metroid's already confirmed, like all of this stuff that is not just, it's either getting it's a Switch 2 game, or it's a Switch game that counts with a Switch 2 version.
Hmm.
We haven't seen any Luigi's Mansion yet.
No.
So it will be an entire Switch 2 game.
Hmm.
And I I actually, do you know if the other games they dropped on Halloween, do they drop it on
Yes,
random days?
Luigi's Mansion 2 HD came out in October. Yes, yeah, I think it was 2 years
You're
ago,
right,
but yeah,
yeah.
it came out in October.
So I don't know if we have to look forward to that next year, like, or if
Yeah,
they will. I assume they will drop trailers for that months ahead because 4 would be a far bigger game than
and then 3.
like a remake or a remaster,
Yeah.
like just kind of more shadow dropping. But other than that, I can feel it coming. I can feel
Yeah,
it coming next year.
and here's something that I talked with Let's in the
Hmm.
last episode. We were talking about the possibility of Super Mario Galaxy 3 coming out in summer of next year, still celebrating Mario's 40th anniversary. So
Yeah,
maybe related to Mario's 40th anniversary, they released both Super Mario Galaxy 3 in summer and Luigi's Mansion 4. Maybe they announced it on the February Direct, coming out in October of next year in 2026.
that would be a what a lineup.
Hmm. That'll be the
That would be that
craziest.
would
Hmm.
yeah, they would that would be perfect. Any year with like multiple Mario type games always
Hmm.
is always like the top succeeding for them.
Hmm.
And then on top of that, do we not get Mario Wonder like DLC and
Yes. We are getting Mario Wonder DLC. We got the Bella Bell Park. I think that's how it's
yeah,
called.
yeah.
Hmm. Which, if personally, I'm not excited for that.
I'm surprisingly excited, and because that's the game me and my girlfriend has like 100% completed.
Oh, okay.
Um, and it was so good that we like started another playthrough just to get a little bit more.
Hmm.
So that specific type of Mario, I'm super in love with. I'm not in love with buying DLC for it. I think it looks. I think if they made a Switch 2 version, it should just be like this is like an add-on that you just
Yeah, a
download.
free add-on you're getting
Yeah,
since
that
you purchased our game. Yeah.
especially since I think it's just too. I don't know. I feel like it's too late to add a paid DLC to Mario Wonder, which is like 2 years old almost.
Hmm.
That
Yeah.
just feels kind of weird to me.
No, it's actually almost 3 years old. I think it came out in 2023, alongside
Mm.
Spider-Man 2 on the same exact day.
Was it really?
Yeah, it wasn't it's the same exact day as Spider-Man 2 for the PS5.
That was a good time. I love both of those games.
Yeah, those are. I remember going to the store and spending what was it, $120 for both games, and actually
man.
not being able to decide which game to start playing first.
Yeah.
Actually cannot remember because having both games that I've been highly anticipating for such a long time, and not being able to choose between the two of them. Yeah, what a crazy day. What a
That's
crazy
a great
day.
problem to have.
Mm-hmm.
And
More like Cisco
out of-
now.
What? Yeah, with
Yeah, since
multiple games on his lap.
For those who don't know, me, Roxx, and a bunch of members in the Nintendo community, not only N10, but many members of the of the Nintendo community as a whole, we gifted Nintendo Cisco, my guest on the first episode of the DAGG Podcast, a Nintendo Switch 2 with Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and Pokemon Legends CA. So right now he has a problem, since he has three brand new games that he can start playing. So, yeah,
And
what a great.
his other problem is he doesn't have enough time now.
Mm-hmm. Like, how can you
Because-
start playing three games at the exact same time? And I know he's playing Pokemon right now, but he loves to dedicate hundreds and hundreds of hours to the Pokemon games. I know he has over 700 hours in Pokemon Scarlet or Violet. I'm not sure, but he has over 700 hours. So yeah.
I was actually going to ask you
Yeah.
because see, my dilemma is I was going to buy a Switch 2 like around maybe end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Cuz my choice was like I'm not just going to spend that money right now. I'm going to maybe wait until like I have it easily saved up and I don't got to worry about it cuz I'm not like in the rush for the Switch 2 because of actually what you guys talked about in the first episode where Cisco, he mentioned like he even has like friends and seen people and like a lot of people don't want to necessarily get a Switch 2 yet just to buy like the more so expensive games. And I'm kind of on that ballpark right now. I just don't need to be buying like super expensive games. But Pokemon is always like the game I normally buy the month it comes out.
Yeah.
Over all other like series normally it's like I try to get that as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Do I get the Switch 1 version
Yes.
or do I just wait months? Because I mentioned like that's technically a Switch 1 game that has a Switch 2 version.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think it's a dumb idea if I bought the Switch 1?
Okay.
Switch 1 version.
I don't think it's a dumb idea, but if my research is correct, I believe you can buy the Nintendo Switch 2 version and play it on your Nintendo Switch 1. I may have to do a little more investigating.
There's no way.
But I think you can buy the Switch 2 version, but there will be a warning saying, hey, you can play this game, but you will be playing the Nintendo Switch 1 version, and whenever you have a Nintendo Switch 2, it will automatically upgrade to a Nintendo Switch 2 version, since you are buying the Nintendo Switch 2 version. But I believe, I'm going to tell you
If
right
that's
now.
real,
You know
that's
what?
the craziest
You know what?
thing I've ever heard.
Keep talking. I'm going to look it up as we speak.
If this is real, this is actually the craziest thing because my thought process was I buy the Switch 1 version, and then if I get a Switch 2 later on, I'll just pay to upgrade it, right? I don't know how much that would be, $10, $15, $20, whatever. And my problem was, will the Switch 1 run like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and will the Switch 2 version run smoother? Because I don't want to necessarily play the same mechanics of Scarlet and Violet. Like, that was the only Pokemon game that was ever slightly glitchy for me, and I didn't like that. And I just didn't necessarily want that again. But if that is possible, what you're saying, I just buy the Switch 2 version. And
So I just looked up, can I play Pokemon Legends CA Switch 2 version on my Nintendo Switch 1? In which this is AI, but it has the reference to the articles. Yes, Yes, you can play Pokemon Legends CA from the Switch 2 version on the original Switch. The game is designed as a cross-gen title, meaning it will be compatible with both the original Switch and the Switch 2, although the Switch 2 version may have upgraded visuals.
What?
So yeah,
What?
so there are certain games in which, of course, you cannot play on the Nintendo Switch 1. For example, Mario Kart World, you cannot play
Yeah,
on the Nintendo
that's
Switch 1.
a full Switch 2 game.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza, you cannot play it on the Nintendo Switch 1. I mean, you technically can. There's a co-op mode, kinda. But for example, the Nintendo Switch 2 version, I think you can play it. It will have a downgrade in visuals and on performance. Even if you have the Nintendo Switch 2 version, but you put it on your Nintendo Switch 1. But as soon as you get your Nintendo Switch 2, it will automatically upgrade and you don't have to buy the upgrade.
Is there any a thought of like if I'm buying this for the Switch 2, if I'm buying Pokemon ZA, I wonder if customers feel or fans feel like weird that like I'm buying a Switch 1 game and then just because I bought the Switch 2 version, I just get like the downloadable visual graphics better. That feels like some weird like cuz if I can just buy the Switch 2, put it in my Switch 1 and then I get a Switch 2 and that just like it automatically
Upgrades. Yeah.
upgrades. That's such a do they talk about that? Does
No,
Nintendo like
they
mention
don't
that ever?
publicly mention it, but you know what? Let me look it up as in a video example, just to make sure. Because I remember seeing it on YouTube somewhere as we speak, but I mean it is still $10 more expensive, so maybe that's why.
Yeah. It's still at the end overall the same price whether you bought the Switch 2 version or bought the Switch 1 and then bought the extra.
Mm-hmm. But let's see. Okay, here's the video talking about it. It is from Folly Tech. Just finished loading.
Shout out Fully Tech.
Shout out to Folly Tech. So you can play of course, you can play the Switch 1 version on your Nintendo Switch 2. And now he's putting the Nintendo Switch 2 version on the Nintendo Switch 1. And yes, it runs.
It runs. Okay.
It runs. There we go. Shout out to Folly Tech.
That has helped me make my decision way more than I even came into the conversation before. That's great. I'm just going to buy the Switch 2 because the Switch 2 cases look kind of cool. If you have a couple, like I kind of like. For now, I like the border, but
I don't like the big ass text they have on the bottom. That's my only.
On the bottom. Oh, the logo of it.
No, not the logo, but they have like since it's a Switch 2 edition, they have a bunch of text with a QR code explaining what it is, which could be information to put on the back, but I don't know what they're putting it on the front. Metroid Prime 4 is going to have the same problem, and that's my only complaint.
That is kind of ugly.
Yeah, it looks ugly, but it is what it is.
I honestly, I think it should be an alternate art, just a different cover art.
Yeah,
that would be show that the console is cooler than the Switch 1. Yeah. Have a different art for the Switch 2 version, but you know, Nintendo is going to choose the most interesting route and put white text that says Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. Which I did see at Target actually the other day because I was trying to make this decision and I was looking at like which one was which. But now that I know that, I might just buy the Switch 2 version.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead, buy the Switch 2 version and you will be able to play it on your Switch 1. And also, you will be able to play that in the upgraded version when you eventually get the Switch 2.
That's great. That's awesome. I'm gonna do that.
But
That was a
anyways,
tangent, but
yeah. Anyways, that's actually all the topics that I have for today. So, Rox, before ending this podcast, is there anything else you want to mention either about the Nintendo Switch 2, Pokemon, or Luigi's Mansion itself?
yes, lately I've been highly addicted to Pokemon cards, and I've been spending so much money on them, and it would be cool if we brought back Nintendo trading cards and they try to do their own thing with all the characters, because
Like a Nintendo
now I
characters
want,
game,
yeah,
TCG game.
because
That
there's a lot of other card games that have like Avatar: The Last Airbender trading cards,
Man,
and
the Disney Dreamlight, I think it's Dreamlight, or I don't know the name, or
the Lorcana.
the
Yeah,
Lorcana. Yes, those look sweet. So a Nintendo one based or similar
yep.
to Lorcana, or the
Bring
Disney
it.
Villains one also as well. Like
That
something
would be
like that would
awesome.
be. Hmm.
That's what I've been wanting lately. And that would be ideally for me. Imagine a Luigi's Mansion set of holographic neon dark ghost cards. That would be beautiful. They need to work on that, but Pokemon is making too much money, so they won't
Yeah, I mean they are the highest grossing entertainment franchise of all time,
ever.
even more than
And
Hello
they
Kitty and Disney. So
and
that's
it's been
insane.
like that for I think the past 20, 15 years or
No,
something.
Hello Kitty was on top a few years ago. It has been recently, Pokemon has been recently promoted to number one.
Oh, which is crazy because Hello Kitty stuff has been everywhere.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
it's wild. Anyways,
Mhm.
that's what I've been doing.
Anyways,
So if I have any advice, don't gamble like I do on Pokemon cards. But I did pull some good ones, so that's all.
hey, there we go.
That's all I'm worried about.
There we go. Anyways, Rox, where can we find you?
Uh, I got a YouTube channel. I post like 3 times a year. Um,
And when he does, those are great videos, by the way.
but when I do, I try my best. There's a lot of new projects coming out. I don't know what I can leak exactly because I'm working on some cool stuff with other people. I have a new movie podcast where I talk about movies with my best friend. I just started that.
Ooh.
Actually, no, I never told anyone that yet. So
You heard it
that's
here first.
you
Yeah.
heard it here first. I just started that like a month ago, and that's it.
And everything will be
Play
linked
more
here
games.
in the description if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're watching on Spotify, be sure to check out the YouTube video to see all the links to his social media. Rox, you're a great guy. I am so happy to have you here on my podcast.
Thank you,
And
Betty.
thank you everyone so much for hearing, listening, and watching. My name is DAGG, and this has been episode 3 of the DAGG Podcast. See ya!
Episode 3. It's the best one.
Woo! Bye.